this information. In fact, one of them handed me the appointment rights and duties of election challengers and poll watchers. But essentially it's this. There is a duty that volunteers can come down here. They can count ballots. They can monitor the count to make sure that it's being done correctly. And they can challenge the election results. But some of the folks who are here have been waiting for about 3 hours to go inside. At some point, they were not allowed inside the building. We talked to a couple of women who are actually attorneys with the ACLU. They're going to try to get in to relieve the shifts of other attorneys who are there to monitor the counting process. They don't know why they're not being allowed inside. I talked to another couple of people, and they're simply volunteers. They found out about it, the need for them to be inside and help to count ballots. There's a group here that's a nonpartisan group here based in Michigan, a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization that says that they are here because when you think about the mass amount of absentee ballots here in Michigan and across the country, record numbers of mail-in ballots. But how can you count all of those with the same number of people you would actually employ or have as volunteers during a typical election? This is not your typical election. This is the most exceptional election in history. And so their conversation or their argument is that, listen, we need more people to come in and do the kinds of jobs and the duties that are required to have a safe election where every vote is counted. There are also peaceful demonstrators. There are people here chanting. There are people here praying. There are people here holding signs that say every vote counts. But there is a lot to this story, and it is a little bit complicated. But when you get to the heart of the matter, all the people here want to make sure that every vote is counted and every count is legitimate. Diane?
So, Adrian, just to be clear, the people who are there at the voting center, it doesn't seem to you like there's anything nefarious at play. They are coming because they want to help and they want to make sure everything is being done according to law. Did I understand that part right?
You are 100% right. This is one of the most peaceful organizations or demonstrations outside of this building. A lot of people have said they've made friends here, but everyone's saying, listen, we just want to do what's right. We just want every vote to be counted. We want this to be a clean election. However, a couple of people who didn't know each other here said to me that there was some word that thousands of ballots were delivered here overnight, like at 3 and 4 in the morning. I do not know the validity of that report, but people are saying that's what they saw and that's what they heard. They talked to someone who was inside. They've talked to people who were inside and then not allowed to go back in once they left to use the bathroom. I mean, you're just hearing these stories of things where it's like, what's going on? So there are questions that we need to continue to look into. And again, I've only been here on the ground in Michigan for a couple of hours, but as soon as I arrived, I was able to talk to these folks. Everyone just wants the right thing to be done.
Yeah, and you never know in the game of telephone when information is being relayed that way, what is true and what is being exaggerated or misunderstood. So, Adrian, we're glad you're there. We're glad you're on